Nuts up, everybody. Hey, Justin, have you ever noticed how much Dustin loves cock? Hey, if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, give us a 5-star review and share it with your friends.
Hey, have you ever noticed how much funnier Tony is drunk, Andy? Everyone, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, leave a like or a comment or something. You know, we want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, give us enough likes and comments. We'll get Tony drunk again.
Yeah, or we'll see Dustin's cock.
And now, get ready for some idiots talking about shit. Here is Justin, Tony, Destin, Andy. It's Back Talk.
What's up, everybody? Real quick, Justin.
Yo.
If you please.
You got it.
We got the shades! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Back Talk. Tony's down there scowling. He does not have his nuts anymore.
What the? That shit. I come back to this crap? What the hell?
Tony's married, and he said more words today than he has in the whole career of Back Talk. So here we go.
He's trying to get his nuts back. Nuts up, everybody.
What's up to you, Andy?
What's up?
Cool shades.
Thanks. Hey, Shady Rays come through.
Hell
Gotta
yeah.
love the
I'm
Shady
gonna get me
Rays.
some Shady
Says-
Rays.
says
I'm gonna
the
get
old
me some
Shady
Shady
Rays
Rays soon.
here.
Of course, they come through if you pay them. Way they come through, you give them money.
Hey.
You weren't here last week. I don't know if you watched the show from last week, but he got an email from Shady Rays. Shady Rays.
Yeah, he obviously watched it.
The coolest pair of shades. Which, by the way, this is not the first time these shades made they made their debut Friday night. We'll get into that in a minute. We got a cool show planned. We got a guest with us today, Charlie Key of Supreme Wrestling. Charlie is former Central States champion, has wrestled in Supreme, has been down to the Memphis, Tennessee to wrestle. So we welcome him to the show. I think we're going to have some exciting things to talk to him about because he might be on my side. We're going to find out here soon. But welcome, Charlie. Welcome to Back Talk.
Oh, thank you. It's all right to be here.
All right.
It's just all right.
Yeah, it's just all right. Oh, it's just all right to have Tony back too. Son of a bitch didn't fall in a volcano like I told him to.
Yeah, did you try? Did you try? You didn't even try, did you?
Well,
Did you
the
try
farm
to do a? Did you
Yeah,
try to
did
do
you
a
even
human
try?
sacrifice?
the volcano on that island has been dormant for like 40 years. So I wasn't on an island that had an active volcano.
But I bet you if you
So-
fell in it, it would become active
Yeah.
again.
It would make an exception.
So when you say it's dormant, it's bent, per se, like a Peroni.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of
Oh.
dormant right now.
It's very dormant.
How'd that work out? How'd that work out after the wedding on wedding night with the Peroni Tony?
I mean, it's still the same. I just have to be nuts now. They gave me a bag though to put them in. I don't know where she put them, but they're just.
Purse.
Here
Check
you go.
your purse.
Did you see any Elvises while you were there?
Oh, that's
No.
Las Vegas.
No. Oh, I guess so. But I figured Hawaii too, because he do like 10 Hawaii movies because he just wanted to
Yep.
go there.
Yeah.
We'll start you off, Tony. We'll start off with Tony. Tony, tell us about your vacation.
We went to Hawaii and got married. That's it.
Damn.
Well,
No.
did you go to like some Disneyland too, or whatever?
Yeah.
house?
Did you go kiss Mickey?
We did Disneyland Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Since we've never been to land, so we wanted to go there before we went to Hawaii. So it was a good time. Didn't get any autographs. I apologize. I tried,
Ah,
but there was no villains at the time, and we didn't have a marker. So every time there was, like on the opposite end of the park or in the other park where we couldn't get to. So
You didn't
But
find
it was
it
just-
hard
So
enough.
if
Is
we've
there a
all
big
been
difference?
listening,
Go ahead, Justin.
if we've all been listening, in case we haven't, Tony had a challenge. I think now he has to eat some beans or something. I couldn't get one autograph from a strictly Disney villain.
I mean, I know those autograph books are probably $20, but
No, I was
They
thinking,
had, like, a
They
little
could have
blue
autographed
one
your
when I was a kid.
head.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna try to get the shirt signed, but I mean, there was no villains. The only villain we did really see was the Wicked Queen from Snow White. She was by the castle. We walked up there, and the cast member was like, "I'm sorry, the Queen is not taking any more, picture."
What was that character ugly enough to be a full-on like mask, or did they actually dress up a woman ugly for that?
No, it was
Okay.
not like the where she's the ugly version, but like when she looks into the mirror, that queen, that version, I guess.
Oh, so it was a real person.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
all real
'cause they,
people, man.
I know, but like when it comes to like Snow White, it's not like a big Snow White thing walking around like Goofy or something. It's an actual like they put makeup on a woman. And I was just wondering if they had if you had Ursula, like if you had Ursula running around for Little Mermaid, like they're not gonna make that has to be like a
Yeah.
thing. It has to be like a whole thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it's all slow season too, so that's why they didn't have a lot of them. But I think they were more waiting for the weekend that just happened because that was the 100th anniversary of Disneyland, so we missed it by a week. So, but it's
you
all right.
should have got married last weekend and then went there on your way back.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So
You should have got married weekend before.
I learned a hard lesson by coming back on a Saturday night, which was terrible. But so Hawaii was good. We stayed in Waikiki. I don't think there's anywhere else to stay on that island besides Waikiki, so that's where they get you. You'll pay out the ass for anything and everything because there's no choice.
Did you drink any Waikikis?
No,
Oh.
I didn't. I don't drink, so we didn't have any drink. She had one drink at dinner on our wedding night, and it was at some steakhouse, and it was ridiculous. I paid $60 for a New York strip, and $15 for a little side of
But
fried.
it is a tourist trap for a reason.
Oh yeah, it
Jesus.
was. But we're like, you know what? It's our wedding night. We're gonna spend the money. Who cares?
So you had a wedding, but you also had a birthday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Happy birthday, belated.
So I have a
Is it the
surprise for your birthday.
Uh-oh.
Somebody would like to sing happy birthday to you.
Oh, you got Draven to sing happy birthday for me?
Can't hear it.
I can. It sounds lovely. It sounds just like him.
Pat?
Yeah,
Sounds just like him.
that's so
I'm
Draven.
not hip to this. What is he just playing with his cock over here?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
just playing this cock.
That's my cock.
We had a viewer saying we were talking about tits too much, so we decided to show our cocks one week. So Andy dressed his up like Draven.
And you can
He is
see
a pretty big
Dustin's
cock.
are in his screen there. He's got a Mexican cock. and a
Mexican
homie-
cock,
And a bling bling cock or something.
bling bling cock.
So that's like that's Tony's buddy. Tony really likes Draven, so he wanted to make an appearance and sing happy birthday to you.
No.
So when he's done with it, basically, it's understood that I guess he's made his appearance on it. Why haven't you given it to Tony yet? Is my question. 'Cause Tony really wants that.
Well, I haven't
Like
seen
to
him
sleep
yet.
with
It's
it.
his wedding. It's his wedding present.
Oh, you haven't seen him yet. That's why. Yeah. Oh wow, you guys have been haven't physically seen each other in a while.
He's in Hawaii.
I did
Yeah.
I did tag him the other day, and he hasn't answered me. I tagged him that he should go down to Madison this coming Saturday and see Rhino wrestle.
That'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
dude,
actually.
you gotta go with him. You guys got to go together. You guys, you
So
know.
he could take his bride on a date to his hometown of Madison for a good cause and see Rhino wrestle.
Yeah.
Which
I don't know.
I'll let if maybe Charlie's got more details on the event itself. Charlie, where is that at?
So it's at the, I think it's the Hanover or Southwestern Elementary School. I share the flyer, so the information's on there. The doors open at 6:30. The show is at 7:30, and the benefits all go to suicide prevention.
And
Great cause.
I did share it too. there was a list of reasons why you should go to it, and the last one was you can go and make fun of Eric Draven's new haircut, which you're all going to see here in a minute. But good to have you back, Tony. We did miss you last week, but we're all happy for you, and congratulations on the wedding, and happy birthday, and Draven sends his regards too. Dustin, what do you got going on?
Not much. Just work like usual. Watched the Royal Rumble. We'll get into that later, I'm pretty sure. I think it sucked.
I don't even know if I want to get into it, to be honest with you.
Not much talk
I was
about.
counting.
The women's
counting
match
on you
was
guys.
obviously the best match of the night. The main event was pretty cool, watching that all fall apart. But other than that, I mean, the men's Royal Rumble was so predictable. It was just like blah. No really
You had
surprises.
one match that could have been really freaking cool, and it was overshadowed by Mountain Dew.
Yep. Yeah, that's all I talked about. Mountain Dew Pitch Black. I guess I should be drinking that today because everybody probably is now drinking Mountain Dew Pitch Black. It was kind of cool seeing maybe his new little character with his red beady eyes and all that, and watching Uncle Howdy jump off tall whatever he jumped off of and totally missed the LA Knight. Pyro everywhere, whatever. I mean, and then seeing the characters up there too were kind of cool. You know, maybe that is the why it's 6 yet. We don't know. Obviously, you know, the White Rabbit thing started how many months ago, and we're maybe getting into something.
I was so distracted by glowing shit that I didn't really pay attention to the match.
So
I mean,
what you're
I don't know if
telling
anyone else felt that way, but like,
what you're
Charlie,
Did you
telling
get into
you
my
watch
stash?
what you're telling me is you were looking at LA Knight's butt.
no, I mean, they went through the table and the shit just went like fucking popcorn or confetti or whatever. I guess it's supposed to glow like Mountain Dew. I don't know.
Well,
Like,
you paid attention to later in the night when somebody else went through the table, like when Roman went through the table or KO, when everyone went through the table, it was still laying on the floor.
yeah.
The green glow or whatever. I mean, I think that match, in my honest opinion, I felt that match got cut short. I don't know if that's how it was all supposed to go. I think other things were going on and all that. You know, but
We might get into it a little bit later if we
Yeah.
have time. If we don't, we'll save it for another time or another show.
no. But other than that, just practicing for Bathurst coming up, iRacing. I'm a big iRacer, so we're getting ready for that, and in some games like I usually do. But other than that, it's been about the same. Gearing up for racing season here. That's what I'm working on mainly now on my spare time. But racing season's fast approaching, and we got to get our track ready once the snow starts melting, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon.
You're in fucking.
There's more snow here than what there was when you were here about a month ago, Andy, a little over a month ago. So, and February and March are usually the snowiest months. So they said we could get up to 20 to 30 more inches of snow yet this winter. So
That's exactly what you need. You need. I heard your wife tell me you need more inches.
I need more inches. Yes.
So,
Go.
Justin, what you got going on?
Nothing, man. I hate hearing you guys talk about your weeks because you have exciting lives. That's all. You guys have.
Gloucester is not
Did
very
you do
exciting.
your digs in Gloucester?
God damn, you know I did. And the same old shit. I went, I set up, I maybe sang, maybe hosted karaoke, I went the fuck home. And, sat on the couch in the basement and watched my cock get smaller.
You know what we got to do? We got to get you some groupies.
Yeah. No.
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 I want none of that.
No.
I-
He needs.
Trust
he
me.
needs
He
no
needs none of that.
Trust me,
groupies.
I don't need anything else in my life. It sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not jealous or envious that I should be doing more. It's just that it just makes for not an interesting top of the podcast thing. Like, oh, what do you got to say for us? Nothing much. Boring. Okay.
What about a hobby? We need to get you a hobby.
Yeah, we need to get
I
him a
have
hobby.
hobbies. I have hobbies. I just don't talk about hobbies. Like my latest hobby is all right. My latest hobby is cricket. All right, Andy. Last time we talked, you said you got to do print then cut. I tried one.
Oh, what you
How'd that
got?
go?
This is an Eagles shirt even an Andy could love. Are you ready? This is my own creation. Don't steal it.
That's your own creation.
He's got the flyer colors. He's got the flyer
Yep.
colors.
Yeah.
You like it? Imagine if
Dog
you're an
colors.
Eagles fan. Imagine if you're an Eagles fan, right? All right.
You can make a selling out of that selling that in Philadelphia. People go crazy, man.
I know. That's
I mean,
just something. So that's my week right there.
So here you go, Josh. I mean, this is print and cut right here. You know.
Yeah, man, we could talk for days. I love it. Look, cooler with shades. I love it.
So there was a segment of cricket with Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to. You notice I try to pull Andy into it all the time, so I'm not like the only psychopath that's talking about like fucking cricket. You know, anybody who wants to email us about cricket or whatever.
You know, honestly, I don't wear much clothing anymore that I don't make. So,
Deeper that way.
That's right.
Yeah, I've made some stuff.
You just got to put your time into it.
So, quickly, I had an interesting week we'll get into in our weekend. Got some shades. We'll get into it in a minute. I do want to piggyback on the Royal Rumble real fast. I think there were only about 3 or 4 good things. Came out of the Rumble. Gunther's a beast.
Yeah.
He's over like Rover. We all knew Cody was going to win. There's no surprise there. Men's Royal Rumble had no surprises. The only one that came back, the only veteran that came back was Booker T, which I thought was absolutely terrible. He couldn't even do the spinner move. Probably
he tried.
That's just breakdancing anyway. I looked that up.
Unfortunately, I think we're seeing the end of Kofi saves at the Rumble. Hopefully, he's not hurt. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley again, studs. 1 and 2 till the end. I'm happy they kept Liv in there as well, and not just Rhea. I think Liv's got a lot to tell, a lot to bring. And Sammy, of course, Sammy.
Yeah.
Like, if that's not the highlight of the show right there, then I don't know what is.
Honestly,
make
with that
sure
whole
we're all
thing-
done tonight and off of here, able to be in front of our living rooms, in front of our TVs tonight to see Raw, because I don't know what Jay's gonna do.
That might all be on SmackDown. I don't know if anything that's going to be on Raw. That's the thing.
They don't follow
But
it up tonight.
My thing is with it is having the flashback. So when Seth Rollins hit Roman with the chair, when Sammy did that, that's exactly what I thought. It was like they did it perfect. I honestly thought it was a perfect spot. I mean, that was the test, and Sammy stood up for his friend. I don't blame him.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting what happens on this. They're already rumored that that's going to be the main event at Elimination Chamber. Sammy and Roman. We'll see what happens, but
I think Sammy's going to be in the chamber.
yeah. Well, when was the last time Roman defended a championship in the chamber?
I don't know. I'm just getting tired of it. It's being set up. It's being set up to split the belts at Mania. One night, one the other night.
Yeah.
You got Cody one night, Sammy the next. That's what I'm seeing happening.
And that's what I hope happens. They need to split the belts. 110% on that. They need to split the tag team belts as well. Cody, if he's really telling the truth, he'll bring back the old Eagle belt. That'd be awesome to see. The old belt. Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
That will happen when he gets the belt. It's going to be they're going to have the Eagle belt for him. But anyway,
I thought Royal Rumble was all right, just except for there were, like you said, the hot top 5 spots were about the right thing. But Sammy stole the show, for sure. So did the women. The women deserve a lot of credit for what they did in that Rumble. Your favorite buddy Logan made an appearance, Andy.
Fuck that, dude. And everybody's talking like he's the shit because he did one fucking high spot.
But okay, you gotta admit that high spot was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
What has he ever fucking earned?
What's a high spot?
So let's do that. Let's bring our guest in, Charlie Key, wrestler down at Supreme Wrestling. And the first question I'm going to ask him, and then I'll ask him about his week, is: wouldn't you much rather, your first wrestling match be like at WrestleMania?
That would be No, I don't. I think the experiences that you get and you build up will lead to that, and the eventual payoff of all the hard work just adds to it so much more than just having it right there.
But if
I
you have a
think
lot of money, you could just put yourself in WrestleMania.
I don't. Hard work pays off, and getting some. And I'm not saying Logan Paul's been handed anything. He's a hard worker. You should see some of his workout stuff. I've looked at a few, not much. I don't
But
really
yeah, if I
follow him
didn't have
that
to go to
close.
a full-time job and take care of my family and do all, I'd have time to do that shit too.
Or Sue Supreme. I mean,
If you haven't caught on, Charlie, he hates Logan Paul. He hates any of the Paul guys. So
Yeah,
Hey,
you're not going to
Jack-
bring him around on it. Yeah, you
You
wouldn't
don't
bring
like
me
Andy
around on it
Paul
either.
boy.
So
me and Andy
and I'm
actually
the same
challenged
way.
them to a fight, and they never answered us back. So
There's only one person who's ever accepted our challenge, and he lost his hair. But
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the Royal Rumble because I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I don't like talking over people that much unless I have to, which sometimes I do. In that case, I didn't. I should have put money on that Rumble, and I would have lost in the end. But I said that it was going to be Gunther and Cody in the end, and I put Gunther winning over Cody for the redemption, to build to the redemption.
cool.
See, I would have much rather seen, and I'm happy they left Gunther in there because it showed that he's a stud being in there from number one. But you're bringing Cody back. His last feud was Seth Rollins. Why is he in there? If you're gonna have him come out at 30, he needs to have a spot with Rollins. He had nothing with Rollins.
There was a little bit, not much, but
Not enough
I
to
don't
make
know.
any sense. And then you have we'll fantasy book this all night long if we want to, but you could have had a headline at the end. You could have Brock, Bobby Lashley, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Seth Rollins in there. And you still could have done what you were doing with Bobby and Brock, but to
Yep.
have them do it so early in the match when you kept everything. I mean, I damn near fell asleep from number 6 to like 23.
Well, that's the thing too. With Cody entering 30, they needed him to go in at 29, in my opinion, and do something different at 30. Because the countdown going to 0 for Cody to come in was like blah. We knew who was coming in.
But I'm sorry, Charlie. I cut you off. So
Yeah, we cut him
all right.
off.
I'm going to take one of
And I'll
Tony's
tell you-
shots for him.
I tell you, the highlight of the Rumble for me was the Brock and Bobby confrontation where Bobby took Brock out. I love Bobby Lashley. I loved him back in 2005, and I still do.
Oh.
He's an absolute monster, just a monster. And I wish they would have had more surprise entrances like Abyss. He's a producer there now. I would love to see Abyss come out for a shock value alone.
Yep. Oh,
there
definitely.
was no surprises, and people that were left out of the show that could have been in the show. It didn't have that true Royal Rumble excitement feel to it, and it almost had so that Charlie, I was at the Royal Rumble in Philadelphia when they booed Roman out of the building, and it almost had that feel like you knew what was going to happen and you weren't quite sure if you were happy about it happening the way it was going to go down. Like, Cody should have been in there much earlier than 30.
With that though, I think they didn't want to test the pec as far as they did. I mean, if everybody saw, I mean, he was
What?
belted up pretty good.
Didn't want to test it. Gunther beat the shit out of it.
Well, right. And you saw it didn't look very good. He actually did suffer an injury there in that match. Cody did. Something about an
Already.
eardrum popping or something. I don't know.
Fucking already. I hear that happens often when you're wrestling, popping eardrums. But Anyway, Charlie,
Sorry.
back to you.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
tell us
We
about
keep
what
interrupting
you
him.
liked
He didn't want to interrupt us.
about the Rumble and how was your week and what you got going on?
My week was pretty good. I got to on Final Friday. I wrestled Tyler Lee Deputy. He's an absolutely wonderful wrestler. He's trained out of Ohio Valley Wrestling in Louisville, Kentucky. Looking to get my Kentucky license very soon. Making moves down there. It's a great wrestling school first and foremost, and above all, it's a great show. I went down to OVW a lot when I was a kid, and then that's how I qualified for King of Supreme, so I can get the Central States Heavyweight Championship back with all hard work and dedication, like we were speaking about. The very next night, I wrestled Andrew Williams, and he's relatively new, but he was still a very tough and challenging opponent. He got a good amount of that match over, but in the end, I came through. So, a very good weekend for me. Other than that, just I like to spend time with my family and going to the gym consistently, keeping consistent on my black coffee in the morning and water only, like I used to do. I was actually water only for 2 years.
Damn.
And I went away from that, but now I'm getting back to it.
So no, you're not taking a shot for Tony.
No, I don't drink at all. I do not like drinking. I don't smoke. My dad worked very hard to put away those demons from our family, and I'm holding that to me.
Well,
Good to hear.
We applaud you for your choices on that. We make fun of Tony because he won't drink, because if he like has a smell, he gets drunk. So
Well, if he, if he clearly watched the episode, so he knew he was supposed to drink this week because, he saw the wheel like legitimately land on him. Didn't land on me this time, luckily. But
and he cried about it. So I went ahead and bought his shots, and I'm taking his shots for him because he cried about it, just like other people cry. I know one of his friends that cries. So, would you like to see your friend again?
Be careful with Tony. He looks like he could whip every one of y'all. He's like a mini Taz over here. He looks like he
You
just
got
choked
the
all of
mini
you out.
part. You got the mini part right.
yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Tony,
that
would
guy.
you like to tell Charlie what you like to dress up as?
No.
Is
Do
it
us
that
the
guy
honor.
off of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No,
too.
no.
Danny DeVito?
Are you calling me
Yeah.
Danny DeVito?
I think
He
I
might be
am.
short.
Holy shit.
Andy, is he shorter than Danny DeVito?
That is not the first time I have heard that. I have heard that many
He
times.
might be shorter than Danny DeVito. The question is, do you waddle when you walk?
No.
Danny DeVito's
Yeah.
so fucking short, though.
He
He's
just
like
got
one of the
married,
smallest
Andy.
people.
He doesn't waddle yet.
I gotta see how tall.
First of all, how
So-
tall are you?
Me? I'm like 5'.
5. Oh, that's not. Yeah, my brother's like 5.
Danny DeVito is 4'10".
Yep, 4'10".
Jesus Christ.
I got him beat.
Yeah, you got him beat.
I think he was only 4'10". Wow.
But again, I want to.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Charlie has to understand how small you are and what you like to dress up as, unless you want me to pull that beautiful bean footage on you.
No.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
No. He makes me dress up as a fucking Smurf. That's what he does. He's like, here, Tony, dress up.
Smurf.
I did it once for work, and then this fucker just drags it on and on. It was like 20
Once
years
for
ago.
work. You did it once for work, and then you did it for a whole fucking movie that we made.
For work, yeah, see?
Movie? Wait, what?
There was a movie?
Oh, God, don't ask about the movie. No.
There's a movie with Tony as a Smurf.
Man.
It's
Andy,
on
are you the
YouTube.
director?
Well,
It's on
if he
Are you
YouTube.
the
dressed up,
director?
if
If I
he
could
dressed up
find
as
the
one
link.
now, he'd be our Grandpa Smurf.
If I can find the link, I will put it in the description of today's episode.
There you go.
I
Anyway,
do remember. La 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 la
Hey,
la.
buddy. You know, interrupting again, assholes.
We're good at that.
Sorry.
We don't fucking do anything else.
What?
We just
What?
constantly interrupt.
So
See?
What?
So Charlie, tell me what is King of Supreme, because I'm not apprised to what King of Supreme is.
So King of Supreme is a tournament, usually 16 people, 16 wrestlers, and in a bracket formation, just like you would see in March Madness. And they go down until there's just two, and then those two go in there one-on-one, and the batter man wins, and they are the best in Supreme for that year. They are the top tier.
So if
There's
if
usually nothing but bragging rights, but this year it's for the vacated Central States Championship.
and why is it vacated?
So we had a former wrestler who is no longer with our promotion, and I won't disclose why. And the championship was stripped, and that is as far as I will go with that.
Okay, that's good enough, and
Yeah.
but just so all the listeners understand that it was vacated for a reason. So if I were to, I don't know, compare it to something, it's like the old King of the Ring. Format.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So is it a 1 day thing like King of the Ring used to be, or
So
is this
it's
over?
two. It's going to be two days. We have qualifyings the whole month of February, but then the King of Supreme is on Friday, and then on Saturday as well.
And then
So it's
will that be
stretched
in
over.
March?
It's February 24th and 25th.
All right.
Cool.
And that'll be in Podunk, Madison at the Supreme Arena.
It will be at the Supreme Arena, 2520 Lanier Drive in Madison, Indiana.
In Podunk, Madison, Indiana.
Tony, you coming?
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like to hear that. Hopefully, you get to see some good wrestling down there at Supreme with some of these people that we put over last week. I know we talked about Caden Brooks, Tanner Saturn. We invited Charlie Key, who accepted our invitation to come on here, but we invited somebody else who has an open invitation and has not accepted. But what I did see is he's accepted to be on another podcast.
A lot of podcasts, I heard.
Yeah, he's accepted to be on another podcast with an open invitation to come. I think he's scared.
I think he's scared of Justin.
What?
And it might be because,
Afraid of my.
might be embarrassed, actually. Might be embarrassed.
Afraid of that.
Should we should we roll the beautiful being footage of why he might be embarrassed of the events of last week?
Yeah, I think we need to see that.
Or this past weekend? All right. So, somebody will need to, it's probably Tony, because Tony uses a telephone too. We'll need to tell Charlie how he sees this.
It'll be when you speak, Tony.
It says watch stream
Yep.
Yeah.
in this corner.
Go ahead and click
All right.
on that.
Yep.
Let me know when everybody has it up, and when everybody has it up, I will mute my mic and we will roll the footage.
Yeah, I'm good.
Roll the beautiful bean footage.
Tony, you good? Charlie,
Yep.
you good?
I'm good.
All right, here we go. Now the whole reason I'm getting in the ring is one of these Russians called me in the ring.
Oh. There you are. Oh. Wait, Andy, where are you at? Did you run out?
Right in front of the camera.
Oh. Look at that guy. Bringing up the rear.
So there you have it. He was in a match, and the Russians invaded, as they do.
The Russians invaded, huh?
As they do. And
Yeah.
one of them pointed at me, called me in a ring. Just so happened I had a little, some scissors in my hand.
Side clippers.
I never know when you need them. Never know when
Clippers
you
and
need 'em.
tomatoes. Clippers and tomatoes. All the time.
So somebody who wants to break my shades. I don't know how long he's had that hair long, but it ain't that long no more.
So you
No
brought
more.
some back. You brought some back talk clippers, or scissors.
Yeah, for sale at the Back Talk shop. If anybody wants.
Back talk scissors.
I will
On sale
autograph
now.
that pair of scissors for anybody who wants them.
Yeah, put them in the Smithsonian.
Tony, I cut your boy's hair. Trying to get it as short as yours, but
Yeah, did you? At first, I thought you were gonna get. I thought you were gonna get the hair and give it to Tony. That's what I thought you were gonna do.
Well, that was the plan.
You know?
The plan was to help Tony out, but
But they ran you out of the ring. You couldn't really pick up the hair.
right. So, yeah, revenge is a bad haircut. That's what I got to say about that.
Get a haircut. And
So now we know why he hasn't accepted our podcast invite,
hey,
And
you cut
also,
his
we're
hair.
not in a pod shed.
and we're not a pod shed. That's right. But
I like to feel that cozy feel of the shed.
He'll go on another one where it's not so hostile. He'll go on another podcast because it's not hostile.
He's gonna go to a shed pod, not just a pod shed. He's gonna go to the shed pod.
Shed pod. He's gonna go read a book. I heard.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he's on Gaston's podcast. Is that what it is?
he's going to be on Gaston's podcast. Who I have talked about Gaston on here before. He's my son's favorite wrestler.
LaRue, right?
Yeah, it's Gaston LaRues.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a wrestler. Yeah, he's accepted an invite to be on Gaston's podcast. So look for that on Spotify, I think. By the book, it's called.
So what I'm hearing is Tony could go there and get his Disney villain signature going on.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
Wow.
So real
What a
quick,
connection.
Real quick on Gaston and that Disney villain thing. I did not get it.
Yeah.
I did not get it. My wife pointed it out to me.
Oh, does he model himself after Gaston from Beauty and the Beast? Is that just a coincidence with the name?
No.
Yeah, I
that's
think
cool.
it's a coincidence, but maybe he's doing like a play on the coincidence. I don't know.
Well, he's got the he does have the Disney writing on his pants that say Gaston.
So he clearly is Gaston.
Disney font. And Gaston's last name in Beauty and the Beast was not LaRue, but it was like close.
Well, Lash LaRue, I would think, is also might be a reason for it. The LaRue might come from there.
And then my wife
Which,
said
I
something
don't know
about
too much.
something about Belle was into books. She liked reading.
Yeah. That was the whole first song. She's buying books. Oh, you've read
got
that
none
book
of that.
100 times. You might as well have it.
Tony probably would have got that, not me. Anyway.
Yeah, I like Beauty and the Beast. It's one of the better.
So you saw what we did with Draven this week and cutting his hair, and now he doesn't want to talk to us.
Sorry, that video is so good. I'm gonna go get some popcorn.
And then we have another video I'd like to play for everybody, and this is one of the reasons that we have Charlie Key on here. Something to see, Charlie Key. Cut a promo about a week or two ago. Caught wind of this one, and I'd like to play that one for you as well.
That Eric Draven.
So give me a second.
It's like when you go on a talk show and they roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Rolling that beautiful bean footage here.
Rolling the clip.
Yeah, everybody got it?
Yep.
I'm good.
Good.
There we go.
That Eric Draven is so scared I'm gonna run away with the Mid-American Heavyweight Championship, and I would, but he can't beat me without cheating. He is quivering like Jell-O hitting the floor. But I'll run through a long list of Mid-American champions. Former Chuck McRoberts tonight, beat him, and I got more coming up. It's gonna be must-see.
So there you have it.
Wow.
There you have it.
Oh, boy.
Draven is afraid to defend his title against Charlie Key. What did I say? Where did this thing start? This thing started with me saying the guy couldn't do anything without kicking somebody in the nuts and cheating. And what did Charlie say in his promo? Can't win without cheating. So Charlie, it seems like we would be best friends.
Well, it would seem that way, but there's the iron sharpens iron, and with Draven, I don't know how much you guys know about Draven, but I know a little bit, as everyone might know that goes to Supreme. He is actually their trainer, and he trained me. But turnabout's a thing, and life goes on, and championships must be won. He's a 31-year veteran. He wrestled in ECW. He's wrestled in NWA over the course of 4 decades, sporadically. Not, he's made appearances in the NWA over 4 decades, 4 different decades. He's competed with the likes of Rhino and so on and so forth. Tajiri, Rob Conway. He's competed for the NWA Heavyweight Championship, and he's 30 years into it. I'm coming up. He might be coming this way. I might be going that way. And maybe he has to cheat. But I'll tell you this. He's kicked me in the balls before. And it happened a few times. And then I finally kicked him in the balls. And it was hilarious.
We're best friends. We both kicked him in the balls.
So maybe that was a tool he put in my pocket that maybe I have to pull out from time to time with him. But we have a peacetime right now. Them Russians cost me that Mid-American Championship, and I'm not very thrilled at all with that. And then to see that you had some sort of conspiring with them for that haircut, I don't know how I feel about you too much right now. I really don't, because they cost me my championship. I'm at odds with them, and the friend of my enemy might be my enemy. I don't know where we stand.
Well, you do realize that, I had to do, just like you have to do what you have to do and learn how to kick people in the nuts and maybe return the nut shot. The man kicked me in the face and then broke my sunglasses and tried to ruin our show.
But before that, didn't you kick him in the nuts first?
Did he poke me in the head first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I can take the tongue lashing if he wants to come out and yell at me, whatever. But the minute you poke me in the head and try to embarrass me in front of my family, yeah, you got kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, Draven drew first blood.
And
I didn't see the forehead poke. Lack of
Footage,
education
Andy.
on my part.
So he pokes me in the forehead and gets kicked in the nuts. Next time I see him, he calls me out to shake hands and bury the hatchet, which I do. And then he offered his hand and apologized. As he was walking away, as a man, I thought maybe I should do the same. So I grabbed him to spin him around. My leg twitched, and he kicked me in the face.
That's tough. That's a real tough one. I've taken that super kick. It is not fun. I've seen your bruise from it.
Well, I couldn't even, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to ruin the podcast. I couldn't even talk on the next show. and then breaking my shades, which is my whole personality to begin with. You know, something about these shades is like shit. You know, put the shades on, I kick dudes in the nuts, right? Or be the man on this show, but he breaks my shades and he kicks me in the face. So, you know, when he kicked me in the face, my only course of action was to have to, you know, pursue legal action.
Well,
What
I don't know much
like,
about
just-
the legalities. I really don't. I don't get involved with that stuff too much. But with that being said, wouldn't you have sued him first for poking him poking you in the head rather than kicking him in the nuts? Because that couldn't that lead to a countersuit?
Well, the whole day, he kept telling me to kick him in the nuts, kick him in the nuts, kick him in the nuts. Like, came out there 4 times, getting in my face, yelling at me, kick him in the nut, kick me in the nuts. The final time he said he did it, he poked me in the head.
Dude, he moved your head.
So all I did was do what he asked me to do and kick him in the nuts.
You could have paid me. I would have done it. Maybe for free.
Well, see, that's
This goes back to
Charlie.
trial by combat.
That's what you know. Yeah. So Justin brought up last week because we all know I'm not a wrestler, right? And we've
never
talked
claimed to
about
be.
it, and I have, except for this past weekend, now I have to walk back everything I said, because up until this past weekend I said I'm not dumb enough to step foot in the ring with him. When I'd been in the ring and I served Anthony Betancourt some law papers, I was in the ring. He got in the ring with me. I was never dumb enough to get in the ring with him. Maybe I had a little help this weekend, so a little bit of, you know, wasn't worried about it so much. But revenge is revenge, and in this case, revenge is a bad haircut.
You know a thing or two about a bad haircut. Look at you. I'm just giving you hell. That's all.
So now I'm looking at this like, all right, well, you know, I could pay you to kick him in the nuts, or we could easily
Not right now.
We could easily conspire
it's peace
here,
times.
Charlie, to get you that match, because I've heard him and I've seen it. You say you're in peace times, but I saw it just 1 week ago. Him cut a promo with a T-shirt on that says he will defend that championship against anybody except for Charlie Key.
Oh yeah, this is the guy. Yeah, he mentioned this last
The
week.
guy.
Yeah. Holy shit! It's all coming together now. I think so. I think if you're going to continue to conspire, as it were, though, you shouldn't do it in such a public place. Not that you guys.
Well, it's obviously he doesn't listen. He didn't accept our invite, right?
Right. Well, that's because he doesn't listen, right?
He's a busy man. He has
now-
stuff.
We need Tony to send that invite.
So what Justin was bringing
Yeah,
up,
there you go.
what's it called?
For some
What's it
Hinckley
called,
burgers.
What's it called, Justin? Where I pick an opponent?
You pick your warrior. It's trial by combat.
Yeah.
So we do a trial by combat. Since I'm not a wrestler, so I could pick you, Charlie, to be my wrestler.
It's
But he
the
just said you
Donald
can't.
Trump versus Vince McMahon hair match at
There you go.
WrestleMania years ago.
But he said he's peaceful with him now. So
So
No,
I
they're
have
at
a
peace
few.
time.
I have a few reservations. Not even reservations. A few no's. Just no's to this. Number one, me and Draven are at peace times with these Russians, which, in junction to that, you are in cohorts with those Russians that cost me my championship. That now he won't defend against me. And number three, I'm focused on the Central States Heavyweight Championship. The only beef I had with Draven is he had a title I wanted, and he was, you know, we were going 30, 40-minute draws, and just excellent matches. And I have nothing against his workmanship. He's underhanded, but what do you expect when you're here for 30 years? You learn a thing or two, and you find out how to win. And he said it. He hadn't been beaten since he started cheating. And you know, fair game to the player. I don't agree with it. It's not my style. But the Central States Championship is my heart, and that's where it belongs. And I feel like it belongs with me. And once I get that, maybe I'll focus back on Draven. Maybe we'll meet down the road again. Certainly, I'm not too big of a fan of the guy, but to align yourself with those Russians and Damon Blade, that scum, I have absolutely no use for it. And I appreciate the invite, but I don't have a use for you. And when you lay your hands on a wrestler, they have every right to defend themselves to the fullest extent of defending themselves. If anyone touched me, if a fan came up to me and put their hands on me, let alone kick me in the nuts, it wouldn't go too well because I have to defend myself. And he has to defend himself.
Well, he did. He kicked me in the face. Then he put his nose in my business when I was giving Betancourt his papers.
So you got your 15 minutes of fame here. You might just put your hands up and call it square. But you don't have me. And I won't be privy to any of this.
Because I was gonna say, you know, Charlie Two Belts sounds pretty good.
I don't know. I think Charlie and Tony have friendship here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony, why are you
Talk about
applauding
conspiring.
this garbage?
He's like, oh, happy over here. Yeah.
I knew I liked Tony from the jump. First person you introduced me to when we were in the little room. I knew there was something there. He seems like the smartest of the bunch. Certainly, but definitely he doesn't seem like he'd kick Draven in the balls.
That's
Only a dummy would do that.
Because
his leg doesn't go that high.
He likes this version of Draven. That's why.
Seems like you loved holding Draven cock. That's all I'm saying. Your foot, your hand, everything about it. I mean,
It's funny, but it's out of line, bro.
Yeah.
He does not. He made that for Tony.
Yeah, that's Tony's wedding present. I mean,
Andy,
that's
I
fine.
haven't seen
I don't have to help you, but don't turn to me when this man denies you, a chance at the belt for the next. Hell, he could wrestle another 30 years with the belt, and you just never have a chance at it. Don't turn to me.
I won't turn to you. You're the one turning to me, and I'm the one turning you down. I'll earn my shot. I don't have to be handed it. I don't need your help.
You can't even earn it. He said he'll never wrestle you again for the belt.
Yeah, you can say things. You can say things that don't make them fact. You could say you're the big fish in Indiana when you're really the small fish in, Pennsylvania? Come on. You had to come all the way here to play big fish. And then you get introduced to a wrestler, Eric Draven. He makes you feel like a little fish, and you have to sue Supreme. And it's not my cup of tea, and I'm not about it.
So what are you going to do when I win this lawsuit and I'm the owner of Supreme? Then you'll never have a shot at anything. You'll just be fighting Russians forever.
You have you're a fish out of water. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, but at least you're a big fish out of water, Andy.
I know, I'm a big fish.
Yeah.
Because you said you're a big fish.
We're
so.
better than Cornette, so I'm a big fish.
Do we all agree on Cornette or what?
I love Cornette. I don't know about this.
Yeah, I figured you would. You like Tony, you like Draven, and you like Cornette.
And matter of fact, I might have to go to Morty's podcast after this just to get the stank off of me.
You're gonna go hide in the pod shed?
Yeah. If you want to
we
go
all
to
like a
that
nice cozy pod shed.
Yeah. You go hang out in that
Take
pod
Tony with
shed.
you.
Yeah, no, there's not enough room for 3 people in the pod shed.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You go, and then go to you can go hang out with Draven and follow his coattails around to Morty's podcast, and you can go to Gaston's podcast, and then I guess he's on the radio too. You can go there. Why don't you just hug his coattails for a while?
Well, I'll tell you what. I must be doing something wrong because I'm on here, and those men know a thing or two about wrestling, and you clearly have no idea. about wrestling, about Eric Draven, about Supreme, and what you're messing with, because you're in the wrong line here, and calling me up and thinking I'd be on your side, that's thoughtless, absolutely thoughtless, especially after Damon Blade of all people. I'm sick with it. I can't do this no more. Matter of fact, it's gonna ruin my reputation to stay here another second longer. I'm done with this, and I'm done with you, Tony. I like you. I'll mess with you. You can hit me up, but I'm out of this stink hole.
Yeah, go get some Hinkley burgers.
Damn.
Whoa, he fucking really laughed? What the fuck? Was it because I said Hinkley burgers? Tony, you know, is Hinkley burgers
everybody runs from Hinkley burgers.
That's what I hear, because they're made in Madison.
Andy, from what I'm getting out of that, you should align yourself with them Russians.
Apparently, I'm a Russian.
I guess you're a Russian now.
I don't know about the whole Russian thing. What the fuck was that about? Those are the dudes that were...
The Russians were the ones holding Draven down while I was...
Well, what's his beef? Like, cause okay, so you mentioned the Russians, right? I'm trying to remember. You're like the Russians told me to come in. So like you didn't conspire shit. Like they told you. Well, you're supposed to not.
But he's thinking that Andy conspired it with the Russians to get in there to do it. So he had problems with the Russians, so he can't trust Andy right now.
Yeah, I maintain my innocence here. I didn't do anything except for follow orders when they invited me in, and I saw an opportunity. Nobody said, there wasn't a person that said I conspired with the Russians.
Well, he thinks you did.
Yeah, he thinks you did.
Well, there goes your warrior.
Hey, hold on. There's one other person that thinks he conspired with the Russians. Tony.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tony is Russian.
So, well, he looks Russian.
Tony's Russian to Mickey's house.
Tony, what's your thought here? Say something, fool.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird that, somebody's holding Draven, down and you magically appear into the ring with some scissors magically. Whatever. You set it all up. You and the damn Russians, you can see it. And then you run away.
I don't fucking speak Russian.
Yeah, it's impossible. How could you?
Mm-hmm.
Now Tony's got an extra date to go to Hinkley Burger.
Oh man!
Tony's bill just got higher because now he's got a third person with him, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo, you got Andy. Are we gonna do another cock segment? Because you got to get a second cock.
Yeah, you gotta
dress it up like Charlie Key.
We got a Charlie Key cock now.
Yeah, you give both of them to Tony. Is Tony leaving? Oh, he's just grabbing his drink.
Then Tony,
Tony
can have double penny with his Draven cock and his Charlie Key cock.
Man,
I can't believe
Tony,
you left.
I am three down on your shots right now. Your shots.
Good.
Tony, didn't you watch the last episode? You clearly saw that you had drinks coming to you.
No, I will be honest. I did not get to watch it. So
it was fair and square if you saw it, and everybody.
You had how many hour plane ride?
Anybody wants to email us and tell us yes, but indeed we watched that episode, and it was clear that you had drinks coming to you. Maybe it's a little too soon from the last time you did it, but you lost fair and square. We all saw it. Except you.
So do we want to pass judgment on Charlie Key here? Like, I don't even know what that was.
Dude, it's your own fucking podcast. You can say what you want. There's no filter.
He's a nice guy. What are you talking about?
See, there's no filter. Tony's not even thinking about what he says. As asinine as it might be when it finally comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, I'll be honest about Charlie though. He's honestly like a wide open guy. He's concentrating on that other belt, but he wants to earn his spot. And I respect that in him. I
earn
honestly
your spot.
do.
You got a guy. He can wrestle for the next 25 fucking years. If Draven holds that fucking belt for the next 25 years, he's never getting a shot at it. And that's
what happens if Draven. What happens if Draven retires, never challenging the belt again?
He just takes it with him.
Maybe that's what he's planning on, because he is, Andy, you might put an end to him. I mean, this might take the wind out of his sails, because it's Draven stuff. I mean, you're doing it, man. You're doing it.
Jeez.
And he poked you in the fucking forehead. Why are we even quibbling over that? That's the first thing that happened. You can't.
I
You
don't
can't.
know. He's been. Listen, Charlie Key's been hanging out in Madison way too fucking long, and doesn't understand what the like how shit works or like comprehension of timeline details, without knowing. I mean, you come on a podcast to do your research.
Yeah, or just know what the side you're supposed to be on is, because clearly it's the right one. I don't know. You think you should, as an entertainer, as a wrestler, as a professional athlete, around people, like, you should have more of a temperament around somebody like you, Andy. You know what I mean? Like, why is this? He should be unflappable to this. You know, for him to blame you, like, blame himself. You know, he hasn't gotten somebody has gotten in his face before.
So-
You insult the guy. What are you talking
How
about?
the fuck did I insult him?
You're sitting there and saying all this crap like, hey, you can be my warrior and get your shot because you're not going to earn it. The guy's got heart. He's trying to earn a spot, and you're just like, here, I'm going to kick him in the balls, and I'm going to try to help you. Come on now. That's why he's not being on your side.
No, he's not going to earn it because fucking Draven already said, you are not getting a fucking shot at this belt as long as I have it.
You and the Russians, you know, it just makes it seem like, hey, yeah, I'll say whatever I want to make you do what I can, and then I'm going to be like, no, nothing for you.
Jesus, Tony.
Man.
Maybe you ought to go down to Madison on Saturday and clap for your two boys.
Maybe.
I think you ought to be there because you ought to go down to Madison and watch. I don't know who's wrestling who, but I can tell you if Rhino's wrestling Draven, Rhino's gonna whoop the shit out of him.
That'd be true. Rhino is a very
And
tough
I will be the one to start the fucking Rhino's gonna kill you. Rhino's gonna kill you.
Gore!
Wouldn't it be nice to get video of Rhino getting a hold of Andy this weekend? That'd be great.
Well, you might have to go there to get us that clip, the beautiful bean footage.
Yeah.
Just to watch Rhino get a hold of Andy.
Honestly, if I ever had a choice, I'd take a gore from Rhino in a heartbeat. That would be a speed bucket list thing right there.
Okay.
I hope Draven takes a core from Rhino. And Charlie Key, too. What the fuck? You tried to help a guy out.
I'm kind of on the fence with Charlie. After hearing him, I mean, you know, with hearing him, I'm like, you kind of sided with the Russians, and the Russians screwed him, Andy. I mean, I kind of feel for it, what he's saying there. I might start flipping sides here a little bit.
Dustin. You've seen what this Draven fucker has done.
He poked you in the head, and he's a gutless guy. But I don't know Charlie for hell.
Listen. Put yourself in Charlie Key's shoes. Okay. You've wrestled.
Those are some big shoes to fill.
I don't know. I think they're probably small. Small feet. You know, small feet. Small feet. You know what that means.
What?
So, small meat. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
That rhymes. That's funny.
Small cock over here, if that's what you're trying to say.
Who's got small feet, Tony?
But Dustin, put yourself in his shoes for a minute, right? You've wrestled this guy who's cheated to beat you, and then goes, I ain't wrestling him no more. I'm not wrestling him no more and giving him a shot at the belt.
Maybe that means he cheats too.
He did learn from Draven.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I mean to wantonly, if I'm not using that word correctly or whatever, probably not. But like, just sounds
Wantonly?
cool. Wantonly or whatever the fuck it is. Like, it's a word that
big
says
word.
like literally says wonton, but it's not wonton, like wonton soup. There's a word like that anyway. But like, yeah, he's almost like, how could you give somebody that cheats the sport you know, love, and do, like Why would you pass up Andy when the opposite is a person that you're like, yeah, he cheats, but he has to.
Well,
Without
the thing
also
is, when you get
cheating
older
yourself.
in wrestling, that's what you got to do, Justin.
Well,
You gotta
yeah, he
cheat
seems to
stay
be
on top.
he seems to be okay with it. So is he
I mean,
giving
what
himself
I
a
hear from
pass?
Charlie, he's more worried about the other belt. He's not really worried about what belt Eric has. Andy, catch us up on that. What belt is Charlie going after?
Central States, the one he
Central
had
States.
before.
One he had before. So maybe that one means more to him. I don't know what one is bigger in the aspect. Andy, can you fill us in on that? What belt would be bigger in the aspect of what's going on with wrestling between the two belts? What's bigger there? I mean, listening to Charlie, the Central belt's probably more to his heart than the
Yeah,
the belt that Draven holds.
he wants that because he's held it and it got stolen from him.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
If I have to, and don't quote me on this because I don't know if I'm right. Okay, but if I'm looking at this correctly, the one he wants, which is Central States, would be equivalent to, say, the U.S. title in WWE.
Okay.
The one that Draven holds would be equivalent to like the IC belt, Intercontinental Championship. Okay. Because there is a heavyweight champion who is now a new Supreme Heavyweight Champion, Cash Jackson. That was as of Saturday.
Well, congratulations, Cash.
He beat Josh Lewis Saturday night for the belt.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing for the heavyweight belt there? In your opinion?
Josh
Loaded
beast.
question.
Josh is a beast. Josh is a former bodybuilder, Mr. Indiana, I think, Mr. Something,
Cool.
something in Schwarzenegger's thing. I don't know. Cash is kind of the hometown hero of Madison. So
Seems like to be there's something going on with the whole town people of Madison. I mean, they have people holding belts. They have hometown heroes.
You heard them fuckers when I was cutting his. What the fuck's wrong with you?
You cut out the beautiful hair.
If you listen hard enough, and go back and watch it if you want to, because if you listen hard enough, there's quite literally, as I come back to the stands after getting chased out of the ring, there's a woman in front of me turning around going, "That's so mean! Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? That's so mean!" Like, go home to your trailer parks and whatever you live in and drink your dirty water down in Madison. Like,
And honestly, you almost did him a favor. You got rid of those dead ends he had.
yeah.
I mean,
It's just upsetting he got run out of the ring. He couldn't pick up the strands for Tony, you know?
Yeah, and if
maybe
you notice,
maybe
if you
Tony
notice
could have used it.
Like, I don't understand this Supreme Wrestling. Have you noticed who chased me out of the ring? It's the baby faces.
Who?
The good guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to explain a little bit more to me.
Yeah, we
Assume that-
gotta explain Babyface and Hill to Justin a little bit more. He's very green in this.
Okay, no, I didn't mean the Babyface. I was thinking of like, did you say Babyface? 'Cause there was an artist named Babyface,
Oh, I get what you're saying there.
but there was an artist named Babyface.
Yeah, there
Can't
was.
remember any of his songs, but he's like the pre-Usher. Usher was an usher when Babyface was a thing.
Babyface was the main guy. He
Hey,
wasn't
I just-
Usher.
I was listening
just
to
wanna
Gangsta's Paradise today. You don't change subject here, but
Listen, yeah, I want to change the subject real quick too. Let's go back to Gangster Paradise because I want to spend more time on that subject. My subject is I made a dad joke. You know how we like to be consistent with dad jokes, otherwise known as bad jokes? You want to hear it?
yes.
All right. This might exist. This might be like cryptomnesia or whatever. It's like I heard it, but I don't remember hearing it, and I thought I came up with it. So I got a rip in my pants. I didn't know what to do. So you didn't get it? I had a rip in my pants. I didn't know what to do. So,
SCW.
yeah. See how bad that was? That qualifies.
But
Qualifies with the dad joke.
Because I got something out of you hating it.
Dad jokes are ones that you tell where you have like it. The other person almost has to like fight back laughing.
No. I think it's the opposite. Hey, I got a rip in my pants. I didn't know what to do. So, like, I get something out of like how bad it is, and like everybody's just like, really? Like, I think that's a dad joke.
Well, okay, this is for Justin only. Do you know why I take an extra pair of pants when I go golfing?
No.
In case I get a hole in one.
See, I like that one. How come there's only 239 beans in Campbell's Pork and Beans? Because if there was just one more, it'd be too farty.
This is a good one for Tony. Why is Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Why?
Because she's always running from the ball.
It's pretty good.
Heard that at work the other day.
So,
I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
so we went into we're into bad jokes, and I guess we've moved on from Charlie Key basically leaving the fucking podcast,
Going
But
back
you
to
made-
Gangster's
you made an
Paradise
enemy,
eventually.
Obviously, Andy.
which is whatever. If I get a chance, maybe I'll kick Charlie Key in the balls too.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming. Yeah.
Get that on a back talk point that I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
Yeah, let's start that one. You can count on that.
Charlie Key, if you think I'm conspiring with the Russians, why don't I just kick you in the balls? So dad jokes. We're on to the dad jokes. I've got a game. I've got a game that I would like to start. And it should go through every episode from here on out.
Oh,
And it's called Wrong Answers. And I was gonna involve our guest tonight as the guest judge, but he left.
Yeah, but he already had plenty of wrong answers. Now
He
he's
had a
gone.
lot of wrong fucking answers.
So he already won or lost, whatever it is.
Yeah, he's gonna lose his nuts too. Probably when he's trying to win a belt, he'll lose his nuts. Anyway, I didn't say that. So here's the game. Okay, I am going to play host first. Since we are now going into a new month, we'll kick this off a new month and end it at the end of the month. I will ask a question each episode. Doesn't matter what the question is. You are to give me a wrong answer. The best wrong answer either makes me laugh the most or whatever, scores the most points. We'll score 3 through 1, 3, 2, 1. And we'll run this through the month, adding up your points.
and the winner gets.
At the end of the month, the person with the least amount of points, we will spin a wheel, which will already have predetermined things on there. But it is a punishment for the last place person. That person.
Oh, we're getting punished for being here.
And now, and the only rules to the punishment are that they can't get you arrested. Is pretty much it. And so it's not
Rule. You can't get arrested.
Can't get
Done.
arrested. So whatever it is that your punishment lands on is something you can't get arrested. But you have to do your punishment. You make a reel doing your punishment, post it to Back Talk, and because you were the loser, the next month you are now the host. This way, there's no trying to conspire on somebody, Tony.
Yeah, he's like conspiracy Tony all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
The next month, that person is the host, and they ask the question and make the and score everybody each week. Everybody good with that? Sound like a fun game?
I think I'm in. Depending on what the punishments are. Who gets
They
to
could be-
pick the punishments? Or is it
host.
same punishments every
No,
month?
The host will pick 4 punishments predetermined by them. They will be on a wheel that spins. That lands
wheel
on
of
what
death. So we got a wheel of punishments, is what you're saying. A wheel
Who's
of
coming up
punishment.
with Who's coming up with the punishments? Is that some kind of
Whoever the host is.
Whoever the host is. So this month it would be me because I'm starting this game. I'm the host.
So are you giving us the punishments now, or is that at the end of the month?
At the end of the month, you will see
All
what
right.
the punishments are.
I'll spin the wheel every time
So-
for punishments. I'm all board on this.
It's along the lines of like you guys watching Practical Jokers, right?
Yep, that's exactly what I was getting out of this. It's a
at the
practical
end-
joker.
At the end of the month, the person with the least amount of points
Has got to do the big punishment.
got to do the big punishment. You cannot be the host the next week when the next month starts off if you don't do your punishment.
I'm in.
And we'll have to think of something that if you don't do your punishment,
Bigger punishment.
there's the bigger punishment. Yeah.
It never ends.
Yeah. So, everybody good?
I
Yeah.
in.
I
thumbs
solemnly
up by
swear
Tony.
to play. I solemnly swear to play. Wrong answer game.
I'll put my hand on my beans. I'm in.
Which, speaking of beans, I think Tony, because I'm drinking his shots, should do a bean spin before we start the game.
Come on, what's so bad
I
about?
want to see your beans that you bought today, Andy. You gave us a tease of that earlier.
I've already
That-
drank Tony's shots.
I want to see the beautiful beans you have while Tony's preparing his beans, because you got some different beans on all of us, Andy.
Yeah, they're hot.
Yeah, you got hot
They're
ones.
hot beans.
One of them's
Are they hot?
Carolina Reaper. Like what the fuck?
Are they hot? Are they hot no matter what, or you might
I
get a hot
don't
one?
know. I don't know, but I don't have to eat beans today. I'm drinking Tony's shots.
Yeah. Wait, do you have the box in front of you? I just want to like.
Yeah,
tell
I
you
just
in
wanna
front of
see
you.
this.
I do
Oh,
not have
okay.
the box in front of me. So
Well, still, I'll kill some time. I just put batteries in this guy. I'll just let him play for a couple seconds.
It's the gopher from Caddyshack.
He did work before, I promise.
Tony,
Come on, you're
Justin's
embarrassing
having
me.
the same problems. He can't hit the right button.
Tony's spinning
know.
his beans.
All right. I think this thing is rigged.
He's spinning it 100 times.
Yeah, well, we'll get on one you like, I guess.
No, it just keeps landing on the exact same one. So I want it to be fair. Come on.
Making me look bad.
So,
You're supposed to be working.
Tony
You
got
worked last
married
time.
and he lost his spinner. His spinner don't spin.
All right.
Anyway, just imagine he's going, "Oh my way, nobody worry about me. Why you got to give me?"
You know, you're
away?"
holding a gopher, and I'm wearing gopher clothes, man.
Oh, you guys see this? Andy, it's happening.
Oh my
Do the
God.
gopher.
Oh God.
Tony, you see this? Right, he's gonna stop.
Oh,
Ah, you thought he's done.
it's the Caddyshack gopher.
Oh God. All right, Tony, eat a bean. What are
Trying
we
to find it. It is strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish.
I think he always gets that one.
I think he
I
does too.
told you it's rigged. That's why I kept spinning.
Then just pick a different one.
There it is. All right.
I'll
there it is.
spin for you.
What are the choices?
Oh,
Dead
what's-
fish or strawberry banana?
Smoothie.
Is there one we haven't had? Man, I don't know if I want to do
There's
that.
probably not even one I haven't had at this point.
I think there is one that we have not gotten, but I'm not even going to try for it.
What is it?
Butter popcorn and rotten eggs.
I had that one.
Okay, well.
I ended up with butter
Justin's had about every one of them.
So I've got the. I believe it is strawberry banana smoothie and dead fish.
All
Yeah, looks right.
Let's
Been
eat
there,
her
done
up.
that.
He's
For those
chewing.
listening.
Remember, we have to finish it and eat it.
He got the bad one.
Oh fuck yeah, I did.
What is it again? Tell us about it. Visualize it. Dead fish?
He's just shaking his head. And shaking his head.
Damn, that's terrible.
Is it
Does it remind you of the bachelor party?
He didn't have one.
I know.
He had one by himself, one episode.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it does
And
remind him of that.
next week, we are also spinning the wheel of death on who has to drink the shots, because I drank them this week for Tony.
For Tony. For Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
4 scoring 7 years ago.
All right. So good job,
Four
Tony.
scored
for
7
eating-
beers ago.
Good job eating a dead fish. So let's move on to this new game called, and you can make a nice video of this one, Justin. It's called.
Wait, do you want some music?
Wrong
Do we need some music for this? Wrong answer music? What'd you name it? What'd you name it, Tony or Andy?
Wrong answers.
Wrong answers.
That's the theme song.
Oh, that was weak.
We better have an updated theme song
That
by
was
next
about
week,
as
since you're a
that was
musical
about
expert.
as strong. That was about as strong as a tag team of Eric Draven and Charlie Keith.
Going to Hinkley Burger.
It should be dark, I think. Like wrong answer. Wrong answer.
So for those of you out in video land, this is what it's like when Justin's trying to write a song.
Yeah.
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 Hey, you want something
we
fun?
still haven't gotten the rendition of next episode yet.
How's that one?
That's good. I like it.
That's you'll hear it's like voices. Wrong. Right. You can go right, wrong.
Wrong answer.
Wrong answer.
All right. So
I get a kick out of this shit. Wrong answer.
I had
I'm
a
gonna give a right
question. I
answer,
had a
so-
question in mind, but I'm going to now change it based on circumstances that happened earlier.
Ooh, goody gumdrops.
Oh boy, here we go. Tony, you might win this one.
So the question is: Charlie Key's finishing move should be called Dustin.
What the hell? I just get put on the spot?
Wait, hold on. Give us some time. I have an idea. Ready? Give us at least this.
I'm kind of with what Andy's doing there. You put somebody on the spot, just let them answer.
Well,
You know,
at least give us
first
this
thing-
much.
It's like first thing that pops in your head. And he
At least give us
chooses
this
a
much
different
time.
person to start with every week. I think
Yeah.
I like what Andy did here.
But here, Andy, ask it again. Ready? Ask it again.
Charlie Key's finishing move should be called Dustin.
No, I was gonna give him some time with this music. You guys
The
hear it?
nut shiner.
Nut shiner. Justin.
The keyhole.
Oh, the keyhole. I like it.
Should have been the glory hole.
Well, now you just gave Tony the answer.
Tony, without saying glory hole, what's the better answer?
And I was gonna have to say the Keymaster. So
Keymaster. See, they're supposed to make me laugh. They're supposed to be wrong answers. Do you guys want to
Oh,
try
well.
this one more time?
Give us a different question.
Answers.
Give
yeah,
us the initial question you wanted.
It's supposed to be wrong answers. So like stuff that it should not be called this. All right. The initial question was the North Dakota state motto is Dustin.
We have bison up here? I don't fucking know.
That's his answer. We have bison up here.
Okay. Justin.
That was the whole thing. We have
This is
bison
a,
up here.
these-
I don't
these
fucking know.
These are warm-up rounds. Next round will count. Justin. The North Dakota state motto is... Do. I love dead air on this thing, too.
Give me liberty or get me the fuck out of here.
Tony. The North Dakota state motto is...
Hi, I'm the only person that lives in this fucking state. Nice to meet you.
See, Tony would win. Tony would win, definitely.
Yeah,
Tony
man.
would win. Probably Tony, Dustin, then Justin. So that would be 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point. Now, we're going to go back to the real question. So now that you guys understand how this works, because you heard Tony's, right, and why he would win. So, the real question, the first round of wrong answers. Charlie Key's finishing move should be called Tony.
The Andy Shades.
Justin.
Okay.
Justin with a J.
Okay.
Charlie Key's finishing move should be called
The apple cobbler.
Yeah, well,
all right. Dustin. Charlie Key's finishing move should be called
I suck off Eric Draven.
Oh!
I think we have a favorite.
Oh, that is a tough decision. Like
That's a cool name for it.
I like Dustin's answer because it makes sense. Because apparently,
but wrong answers.
We did the interview, right? But we did the interview.
Into my head again.
Fucking did the interview, right? But I gotta go with apple cobbler.
I like the cobbler. I do. I like the cobbler. That was pretty good.
I mean, all three answers were great. All three answers were great. So I'm going to score it 3 points for apple cobbler, Justin. 2 points for Dustin. I suck off Eric Draven. And because Tony's was good.
That's what Andy said. That's what Andy said. You heard him. He said he sucked off Eric Draven.
I was going to give him an extra half a point.
Tony.
I was going to give him an extra half a point, but because he did that, he is at 1 point.
Yeah, you had to pipe in.
I kind of like this game. It's kind of fun.
So, 3 points for Justin, 2 for Dustin, and 1 for Tony, which would have been 1.5, but he fucked it up.
That's all right. It's worth it.
So you were giving him the half because of the half bent, or what?
No, I liked his answer. So as the judge and as the judge and as the host this month, I can give extra where I deem necessary. So
you're the Viagra of this event.
which watch that half a point come into play later. So Justin is 3 points. Dustin 2 points.
Number 2.
And Tony, I wrote tiny. Tony, negative 600. So, this being a short month, you guys got to get on the ball because next week we will ask another question of wrong answers. And we have 1, 2, we will have 4 more questions. So, Tony, Tony, time to make up the 600 points. And Justin, you took the lead with Apple Cobbler. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna express my feelings through drums.
Oh.
You don't know how to play drums, do you?
Tony?
No.
Tony, how do you feel about losing a half point for talking shit?
Well worth it. I can't help it.
And maybe each week we should reveal one punishment, and at the end,
I agree. Yep.
and at the end
Every
of the
4
month,
weeks.
you'll know what all the punishments are.
So what's punishment 1?
Punishment number 1. Go to Walmart, CVS, any kind of store like that. Go to the woman's section. Find a woman to give you help and advice on selecting tampons.
I like it.
What if you already know everything about tampons?
Yeah.
You still have to find somebody to give you advice.
Does it have to be a worker?
A woman shopping in the store would be better than a
So
worker.
it has to be somebody
I'm
that's
asking. You just said find a woman. I mean, it doesn't mean. I was wondering if it had to be a worker,
All right.
I'd much rather it be a
not
shopper
worker.
and somebody you don't know, Tony.
Yeah, but then you'd have to like film them for a reel.
Well, there
Tony's
goes
already-
my idea. I was gonna grab my
Tony was
wife
already
and be
like, well, I'm just going to take Ashley over to Walmart. Or his sister.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna ask if I get this punishment? I'm gonna go up to the first girl I see at one of those things and say, "How do you cram all this tam?"
Just remember, you got to record it, and it's got to go up.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're like, by the way, as I ask you this, hold on while I get my reels
Yeah,
out.
can I put you on video?
Can I put you on reels?
You might have to take a helper.
Be like, ladies and gentlemen, this is for reels. All right, you got to tell me about these tamps. What do they tamp?
You might have
What's
to
the
take a
tampon?
helper to inconspicuously record.
It should be tampin, not tampon.
Well,
If you think about it.
You brought up tampons, Andy. You know how you make a woman really mad?
no.
Replace her tampon with a party popper.
And you lost wrong questions because of what?
It's something I've always wanted to do. I just never had the guts to do, to be honest.
So everybody enjoy that game. Fun game.
No, I love it.
That's
I
cool.
love the idea.
And
I love
like
the
I
idea.
said, the loser does their punishment and goes on to the next week to be the host.
It reminds me of apples to apples, you know,
Yep.
where whoever's turn it is to judge is just like picks the best card thrown. It reminds me of that.
Cool.
Dead air again. Sorry.
What else we want to talk about tonight, guys? I mean, we had NFL playoffs. I mean, Eagles die, I guess. We got the Kelsey Bowl, the fucking,
So let's talk
what do you-
about football for just a moment, and I won't talk long. I could already see Tony crying. But
Yeah, Tony was crying last night.
In this aspect, I'm going to back Tony because we talked last week when Tony wasn't here that maybe after we saw what happened to the Bills, maybe the NFL's not rigged.
It might
But
be not.
then we all watched yesterday's game with Cincinnati. How the fuck do you get a second, third down?
Wait, what happened? Explain that.
So it was late in the game. Game's tied.
Fourth quarter, maybe.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Game's tied.
Okay.
Chiefs have the ball. They can't move it. They just can't move the ball against Cincinnati. And
Quick question. Where is the game being played?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Okay.
Kansas City had third and I don't know how much. Anyway, it was third down. They don't convert the third down. And somehow, and this has never been explained, but miraculously, the refs go, that play didn't count. We're going to go to third down again.
What did they give a reason for?
Nothing.
Tony
No,
says
they
they
didn't.
did.
They did later in the game.
What was
Later in the
what
game,
was
they
it?
gave a reason.
It was because the clock was running. So on second down, it was whatever it was, incomplete pass or whatever crap, I don't know. So the clock couldn't have started on third. Or no, when they did third down, I'm sorry, the clock stopped. So there was no completion or anything, no run, nothing like that. So when it came, that's when the clock started, and the ref seen it, came out.
Nope. Because I'm going to revert you back to about a half a minute before the clock started. The referee, right before that happened, they came in, they blew the whistle, and they moved the ball a half a yard.
Oh yeah, I remember that moving it back.
Okay? The referee came on the mic and said, the clock starts on my whistle.
On my motion or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it should. I don't know. Yeah,
The clock should have started there at that point. The
So,
play before that was an
when
incompletion
he
or
blew
something.
the whistle and they started the clock, I saw this explanation and it doesn't make sense. When they started the clock on the whistle, and then some referee out of left fucking field tried to stop the play and didn't. Was like, oh, the clock's running. The clock's supposed to be fucking running. Where the fuck were you 30 seconds ago when the head referee said, start the fucking clock on my whistle?
That can hear
Good key.
play was. If it was a run or a pass or what now.
But he said, start the clock on my whistle. Period.
I know, but it all comes down to, we all think it's rigged, but Cincinnati, they could have done something.
There was, and then on the third down, when they don't convert on the second try on a third down, there's a fucking flag on Cincinnati.
Yeah, because that little bitty turn for the pass interference.
Well,
and I'm sorry
even
if
you
I'm
look at
chasing, and then at the end of the game, if I'm chasing the quarterback, and I've got to get him down and keep him out of field goal range, and he's heading towards the sideline, still want to get him down. Like,
Yeah,
where's
that
my
wasn't really a
momentum
push,
stopping? If I brush his shoulder a half a yard out of bounds.
If you watch Patrick Mahomes' momentum, he was going down anyway. Because the guy that pushed him actually tripped over him. And he didn't really push him. It was a touch.
Shit call on the roughing or on the unnecessary roughness.
Go back to the last punt the Bengals had when Sky Moore had that awesome return. How many holdings were on that play?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 guys and 1 guy actually fucking like bear hugging him.
And no flag.
No flag. And then running up the sidelines, there was 2 more of them. You could blatantly freaking see it holding.
There was a blatant block in the back.
Oh yeah, definitely. Saw that too.
No flag.
No flag. No yellow laundry on the field whatsoever.
It was if Cincinnati breathed late in the game, if they just breathed, every ref was throwing a fucking flag.
It's the NFL making a storyline out of it. 'Cause now you got the Kelsey Bowl. You got Reed going back to Philly to beat Philly in the Super Bowl. To be honest, I'm cheering for Kansas City in this just because I hate the Eagles. Justin's not here to listen to it.
And here's the thing. So I have never, ever, ever cheered for Philadelphia. Based on yesterday's game, I want Philadelphia to shove the football so far up Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes' ass. Because it's horseshit. I'm sorry. It's fun. And I don't understand why Tony isn't, as a Cincinnati Bengal fan, isn't more pissed off about this. But, like, I'm fucking furious. I'm furious to the point where...
You want to know the reason why?
Yeah.
Well, the reason why a lot of us, you know, I mean, we're all going to sit there and say, yeah, it was conspiracy, but the reason why we're not pissed off about that is because look what the fuck we did. They had nobody. They had everybody out the fucking second half due to injuries, and we couldn't do fucking shit. I mean, our offense couldn't put the ball down the field anywhere close, even for McPherson to get in there and do a field goal.
But neither could Kansas City, but they got a lot of help doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, they had nobody, and we couldn't fucking put the points on the board to fucking blow it out.
Boyd getting hurt didn't help Cincinnati there either.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, come on. I was seeing something earlier. They were talking about quarterbacks that been to the Super Bowl within their first, first 3 years or whatever,
And never gone back.
and never get back.
Yep. I saw that too. The other thing, like I was listening to Tony Romo and like, oh, you're gonna double this guy, you're gonna double this guy. And this was that 3rd and 16 play when they had the ball. And he hits Hurst on a freaking fly.
So,
I mean, it was perfect.
So
on
it's
this like going to Hurst the whole time.
Speaking of Tony Romo, so on the second third down, where they gave him another third down, even after they showed this ref that was like out in left field trying to stop the play, even Tony Romo after that said, we need more explanation on what the hell just happened.
Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, we didn't get to hear that. I mean, to be honest, I'm going to watch Super Bowl to watch Rihanna at halftime and watch commercials. I ain't going to watch for the game. I'm a Super Bowl board, man.
First time in my life that they're not playing Dallas.
You're going to cheer for Philly.
Because of what happened in the Cincinnati game, I want the Philadelphia Eagles to take the football and shove it up Andy Reid's ass and Patrick Mahomes' ass.
Yeah. And Rihanna's doing the halftime show?
Yep.
Let's talk about
Rumor
the
had
Eagle
that
game.
she's bringing a rapper.
Is she hot or do you like her music?
Both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't stand her.
The Eagle game. Justin, what did you, being a hometown boy and needing to watch your birds, what did you do for the Eagle game yesterday?
Went to a local bar with my parents, and we watched the game, and it was cool. It was toned down. The bar we went to has a younger side, and we don't go in the younger side, and they were going nuts. We could hear them from building to building. I don't,
What do you plan to do for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out. I mean, I've ruled out at least a couple of my siblings that aren't having parties, so we're just doing it down to where it's going to be watched. I'm not going to go out for that game. I'll probably not. I'll go out for playoff games in the future, but I never plan to go out for a Super Bowl game.
Why don't you decide to go to Philly?
Nope.
And try to climb one of the greased poles.
Nope. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. We wear that like a badge around here. Yeah, we fucking climb the poles even though they greased them. Like you had to grease them in the first place. Like
if they win the Super Bowl, will you go to the parade?
No.
Why not?
I'm still not that no. I didn't go to the parade like 5 years ago. I cared way less then, especially.
If I traveled to Philadelphia to go to the parade with you, would you go?
Oh, you plan on doing that?
Maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're coming, if you're coming close to here, yeah, I'm gonna try to do something like that. If you're gonna do that, but
I mean, I would only come to Philadelphia to go to the Super Bowl championship parade with you.
Well, that'd be like only coming here to go gambling with me. Like I wouldn't do that either.
Well,
But
last
if you
time-
were in town and if it was what you were into, I would go do that. If you were in
Well,
town
no,
to
no,
actually,
no, don't say that because last time I was in town, Justin,
yeah,
and I said, "Hey, meet me at this bar."
yeah, and then I said, "Oh shit, we got a last minute gig." That did happen.
So, do we need to have a back talk Super Bowl party?
We could. I'm not sure what's in the pipeline.
Online?
Yeah. On here, I'm not sure what's in the pipeline for or like whatever for what's going to go on with, because like it's more important like around here for a lot more people. So I might
Tony,
get drawn
I'll have
into
you know I
something.
did all of your shots plus one.
I
Holy
don't want to
shite.
know what was in the other one.
You're an overachieve.
This is a Old Smoky.
Old Smoky.
Old Smoky Moonshine punch.
We had some pickles and peaches when you were up in Minnesota, Old Smoky.
So we did the Old Smoky punch. We did the Bird Dog apple. We did a Bird Dog peach. We did
you do an apple cobbler?
Bird Dog honey. We did a Bird Dog black cherry. So next time Tony bitches that it's only him and Justin that have to do shit.
Yeah, I mean, good luck to both teams in the Super Bowl in the end. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, it is a history Super Bowl, as I say, because it is the first two black quarterbacks are starting for each team. So.
Well, so he said that, right? He said it, and that's the only reason I'm bringing it up. I put up a post yesterday on Facebook that said, what was the NFL's reasoning behind throwing the game or fixing the game or rigging the game for Kansas City? The two reasons I listed were the Andy Reid heading back to Philly plus the Kelsey Bowl. The third one in my head was two black quarterbacks.
Hold on, there's a song for that. You ready?
Uh-oh.
God, here comes the cancellation.
Yeah.
Here come the two black quarterbacks. Echo off.
With the brother's name, Kelsey.
And the brothers, Kelsey. Two black quarterbacks.
I will be honest, when the
Andy
Eagles beat the 49ers by taking out their quarterback when Purdy got hurt.
That
the
was
third
the
string.
worst fucking game ever. So
Yeah.
I got
Worst
it.
NFC I don't know.
gotta-
I can't say that was the worst NFC championship game ever. I watched the Giants beat the Vikings 42-0. So
Yeah, but like you played. What did the Eagles accomplish?
no,
Right? We talk about this with wrestling, right? Like if you in a promo you tear down your opponent and they're nothing when you're talking about them and you beat them, what did you accomplish, right? The Eagles beat a team yesterday with no quarterback.
Yeah, well, what are you supposed to do?
What did they accomplish?
in the spin on that though, Andy, I look at Brock Purdy. Who did he actually play in his winning streak? In the same aspect, like a defense.
12 fucking teams. I mean,
He didn't.
San Francisco in general, they won 12 fucking straight games.
Yeah.
So they played somebody. In 12 fucking games. Like Tony's dying over there. What's the matter with you, Tony?
None. I think the bird dog's kicking in.
The bird dog.
What's that?
You didn't touch the bird dog.
I know, but looking at you, it looks like he's starting to kick in.
He's kicking in for him.
I know.
He got like
Dude, if you do 4 fucking shots and a moonshine shot, like, what the fuck?
I know.
I'm not a pussy. Like you.
So
Crying. It's only me and Justin! You know what that sounds like? It sounds like when you talk like that, it sounds like Draven talking, and all I hear is...
Man.
So the 49ers, those 12 games you're talking about, Andy, which Purdy started, what, 7 of them?
Yeah.
The loss before the Eagles was to, I'm trying to figure it out here, was to the Chiefs.
To the band Dishwalla.
The Chiefs beat them 44-23. Then they played the Rams, which sucked this year. Chargers, which were a good team. They were not a bad team, but they got beat by the Jaguars in the playoffs. Saints, not a good team. They won that game 13-0. Then they played at home against the Dolphins, which should have been a big game, but I'm going to guess
So the
Tua did not play that game.
Dolphins and Jags were both playoff teams.
But Dolphins with Tua is a whole different team there. Then they played the Buccaneers and killed them, which the Buccaneers weren't. They were a playoff team, yes, but should have they been?
That's a third playoff team I've heard.
Then they beat the Seahawks at the Seahawks. They beat the Commanders, Redskins, whatever you want to call them. Then they beat the Raiders in overtime, which was the closest game from what I'm seeing here. Then they beat the Cardinals. Then they beat the Seahawks again. And then in the playoffs. And then they beat the Cowboys 19-12 the week before that.
Cowboys, so yeah, that's the team.
But the Cowboys are going to choke in the playoffs. We all know that. So that's a whole other world there.
Well, yeah, talking about choking, Tony's going to choke on Draven's dick.
Tony, what's that in the foreground? It looks like you're like gonna be shot through like the pistol, like James Bond style. Ding 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 ding. You see this thing in the foreground here?
So
it's like half a circle,
Justin,
quarter of a circle. What is
or
that?
Dustin.
Oh, that. Yeah.
What is that?
You get a 4-person wheel together.
Oh boy.
Dustin's the wheel guy.
Since I took the heat for Tony this week, we all just spin it early.
So we're gonna put Tony on the wheel 4 times. Got it.
Tony on the
you want to
wheel.
hear some? You want to hear some music?
Four people on the wheel plus, and then a second wheel with 1 through 5.
That's me. That's me throwing up after my name's picked.
And
for
by the way,
getting drunk.
Justin,
Yeah.
I'm a little perturbed with you this week.
What happened?
You said in last week's episode you were going to drink with Tony. You didn't drink with me.
I
He's been
did,
drinking.
dude. I did. I had like 3 beers. What are you talking about?
You were going to do shots with Tony.
I don't do shots. I probably didn't. Never. Make
I
shots.
feel as though you're probably a closet Draven fan.
So I thought are we doing the bean of death then? Is that what we're doing?
You cannot be a closet Draven fan when Dustin is already thinking about switching teams here.
Yeah, it sounds like he's jumping ship. Why are you questioning me all of a sudden? Just because I don't drink shots?
I need to
Look,
know
literally,
where Dustin lies right now.
I'll tell you right now. I drink
neutral point right
I drink
now,
3
man.
Mike's Hard Lemonade and consider it a night.
So you saw what Draven did though.
I did. I saw what you did to Draven too. And after hearing Charlie speak, I'm like, you're siding with the Russians now. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not siding with the Russians.
They helped you.
But I just took an opportunity.
Okay. So did the Russians.
Well, they gave me the opportunity. Like, he broke my glasses. If you didn't hear me last week, and on the Back Talk Bites, it's there, I'm going to get my revenge one way or another.
So you sided with the Russians and pissed off your one ally that you might have in Charlie Key.
He's no fucking ally. He never was.
Well, we thought he was. That's why we brought him on here. And now you pissed him off.
I think we have to be less.
I didn't
I think we have to be
piss
less
nobody
annoyed
off.
that. I think we have to be less annoyed that we lost him, that we feel we lost him, and more annoyed with the fact that we thought like we wanted him.
I think Charlie just doesn't want to get kicked in the nuts anymore,
Listen,
and he's just concentrating on the air belt.
If what I heard is right, if what I heard was right, and Justin, you're gonna have to go back through this whole fucking episode to put it back, talk bites together about this.
Right.
But if what I heard was right, and what Charlie was saying, Charlie's fucking soft.
Oh, so he's part of what was that group in WWE? Soft.
Soft.
What was the name? What was the name of that group?
There was no group. That was Enzo calling everybody soft.
Enzo and
Cass,
yeah.
Big Cass, yeah.
What the hell? What was the name of their tag team?
Am I wrong? Am I wrong by listening to him and what he's saying and like, oh, we're on a mutual agreement to just be friends or whatever the fuck. You're soft. Charlie, you're soft. And if you want to get kicked in the nuts, push your fucking buttons.
I think he's trying to push your buttons.
He seems to be down with the cheating at any given time. It's just
down with the cheating, like down with the sickness.
Get down with the cheating.
Yeah,
Down with the cheating.
Like, where are you at, Charlie? Where are you at? Are you gonna wrestle the right way and be, the hero and take the belts, or are you going to kick somebody in the nuts to take the belts? Which way are you going? And stop being fucking soft.
I mean,
I'm gonna kick him in the nuts. Fuck it. I'm gonna kick him in the nuts.
Listen, it's one thing if it's always going to be a dog kick dog on the balls world, but you can't claim
he knows now you're going to kick him in the nuts.
I'm going Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Supreme Wrestling, Rhino Show. I'll be there. If somebody wants to get kicked in the nuts, I'm down.
Can I volunteer somebody to get kicked in the nuts?
Who do you want me to kick in the nuts?
Tony.
Whoa,
he hasn't said a damn word
Listen,
about
Tony's
anything
a
going on
fucking
right
hermit. Tony's a fucking hermit. I've invited him to go with me Saturday.
He'll drive.
He won't show up.
He's married. He's a newlywed. He has to stay home with the bride.
Tony, answer the question in front of the whole audience that is better than Jim Cornette's audience. Are you going to show up Saturday?
No.
I didn't think so.
No balls. Oh, you can't kick him in the balls. He doesn't have them.
No, the smart thing is if you don't want to cause trouble, you don't go to trouble.
You're not going to trouble. You're going to watch a show. You're going to see Rhino gore Andy.
So here's the thing, Tony. Tony, you and me have been friends for a long time, and we have never been 100% seeing eye to eye. It's never been that way, but like we've been good friends.
Well, you're so much taller than him.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we've been good friends, right? And maybe you should at least go with me to make sure I don't get myself in more trouble.
Hey, I don't know. I think you didn't open this can of worms.
You are the voice of reason here, Tony.
I was always taught, if you're gonna start something, you got to finish it. So it seems like you started it.
What I heard, and I'm going to tell this right to the man. Rhino, Tony said he don't give a fuck about you.
Oh man, sorry, Rhino.
He doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck about. He gore his ass.
Tony, you could take Andy to Hinckley Burger.
No.
Yeah,
You could actually play the perfect heel here, bud.
So let me ask you, Tony. What are you doing Saturday night when your family is in fucking Madison? You can go visit them. But what are you doing Saturday night that's more important than going to Madison?
My wife.
Oh.
You're married now, buddy. You're fucking married. That's over.
I said you.
He's on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit, was she there the whole time?
No, she was doing laundry.
Right, that's right.
I
all
don't
that cum stained lingerie that she had.
Put her in the laundry room. Don't come out of there until I'm done my podcast.
So it is tradition, Tony, that on your wedding night, you have a little
Donk-a-dunk.
a little
Apple cobbler?
Not quite the normal hole.
The glory hole.
Not quite the normal hole.
That's funny.
So I'm going to ask you right in front of your wife. Did you consummate the marriage with the not quite the normal hole?
No, we did not.
Good job.
Then good job, because you're not really married now. Now she can't take any of your money.
That holds up in court. That sounds like Indiana court, actually. Your Honor, he did not fuck me in the ass. Therefore, it's not binding.
Oh boy, here we go. Holes getting deep. Literally, the hole's getting deep.
All right. Well, I guess I will go to Supreme Wrestling on Saturday and kick Charlie Keenan nuts by myself while Tony jerks off because he's never having sex again. That'll be my week.
Hell, that works. I'll tell you that right. Tell you right now, Tony. If you don't plan to have sex again, jerking off works. Just so you know.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
You have to have lotion. Justin, do you have to have lotion for that?
I guess. I was never a lotion guy.
You're a dry dogger?
Dry guy. Party over here.
Well, other than that, we had a good show. I mean, we had Charlie Keenan.
Do we need to spin the wheel of death?
Oh, spin the wheel of death. We have to spin the wheel of death before we leave.
I got names. I got numbers 1 through 20.
Let's share the wheel.
1 through 20.
1 through 20.
No
Just
one
kidding,
through
1 through
20s.
Do a little wheel song for you guys.
We have not the right wheel coming, so
We have the name wheel first. So, Justin, give us a little bit of music there.
Can you hear it?
no.
He shut off his internet.
You
He
don't
shut
hear
off
that?
his keyboard.
No, don't hear shit.
I hear it a little bit.
A little bit.
Very faint.
All right,
right.
Let's spin that beautiful wheel.
All right. I don't know what we're spinning for, but we're spinning.
This is the drinker of next show.
Cody,
Looks
go,
like-
go!
Looks like Dustin.
Dustin!
Wow, Dustin, it's It can't be rigged. He did it himself.
Yeah.
You got numbers, right? You got
Why
numbers.
should
Yeah.
it
Yeah. How
Watch
many
it be
shots? How many shots will Dustin drink? Is
that a
wheel
1 or a 7?
spinning?
Four?
Oh my! Oh my!
Come on, I'm cheering for you. Damn it. 4.
Dustin will be drinking 4 shots next episode.
Wow.
Tony's is
Yes.
still rigged.
You guys suck.
Tony's is still rigged.
I gotta find Eric Draven and key shots to drink for Andy.
Then they're just pussy shots.
Yo, we should come up with our own shot for this podcast. We all should drink like a concoction and call it Nut Shot. No? Hey, I had
Yes.
a rip in my pants. I didn't know
I
what
like
to
it.
do.
We actually years
So-
ago we were in a bar or one of our local bars, and we were playing 7-14-21. For those of you that don't know what 7-14-21 is, you get a group of people together, how many you want, but you shake the dice. Every time a 1's pulled, it counts up. 7 picks the shot. So when you get to set the 7th ace, 7 picks the shot. 14 takes the shot, and 21 will pay for the shot. So my brother-in-law decided to do bartender's choice for a shot. So for people that don't know what that is out in the world, you tell the bartender to pick 3 numbers, and they pick 3 numbers, and you start counting bottles, and that's what you make. We actually ended up making, and we called it Jared's Nutsack. But if you don't know a shot to take, and you're ever playing a game like that, a shot game like that, bartender's choices, our bartender pick numbers, is a pretty fun way to get a random shot that no one's ever taken. I still don't know what was in that shot. I don't remember, I guess I should say, but good little fun game to play. Oh yeah, we all drank it. It wasn't bad. It was a mix of something. I'll figure out something to take next week.
So I'm going to kick Charlie Key in the balls. And,
if it was 3, I'd be doing the 3 wise men for sure. But I might have to make it the 4 wise men.
So I'm going to kick Charlie Key in the balls. Hopefully he doesn't give me the apple pie.
Apple cobbler.
Apple cobbler.
So you're kicking him in the nuts. He's going to give you the apple cobbler, and then you're both going to suck Draven's dick.
No, just Tony. Just Tony. Anyway.
Good show, everybody.
Good show. I wish Charlie Key would have stuck around. Maybe we could have worked it out, but now he just needs a kick in the nuts. We'll go around the horn. And final thoughts for Dustin.
Great show, everybody. Tony, welcome back. The picture you showed us of your wedding, there was a surfer in the background. I don't know if you know that. But that was pretty cool. I hope you had a good trip, bud. Welcome back.
I was in that picture, too.
Santa was.
I was.
Oh, you were? How were you in the picture?
You didn't see me drinking the shit out of my 40?
Oh, you were sitting back on the other rock. You were sitting on the high rock. No, congratulations, Tony. Glad you're back. Hope the vacation was awesome. It sounded like it was a good time. Everybody needs that. With that, everybody take vacation when you can. Get out there, enjoy life. It's not all about work and everything you do. Being a little human here. But go out there, enjoy life. That's all I can say with that. Not much going on this week. Got a pool tournament this weekend. Can't wait for that. It'll be fun. We do a little member guest thing. We bring in somebody that don't shoot pool with us. So that'll be a fun time. I can't wait for that Saturday. Maybe make a reel out of that. You guys might be able to see some of that. We got some friends with that. But Justin, you need to write some more songs, man. We got to get together, make a rap or something like usual. But no, everybody have a good week. Stay safe out there and enjoy life, period. That's all you got to do.
Good deal. Justin, what you got?
Yo. Just want to double down on what Dustin said, all the good stuff. Don't forget to wipe your ass. Usually, most of the time. Don't be a stinky person. There's a lot of those lately. You know the ones that like smell like hippies, like burning stick. Like they chose that as like their perfume. Get that a lot at Walmart. Stop doing that, people. Buy a cologne or a perfume. I don't care what.
How about the people at Home Depot? I mean, come on.
Oof. Yeah. I like when you could smell BO and you're not sure if somebody just walked by you with hoagies. Like that's, and then you turn around and there's no like subs or torpedoes, whatever you guys call them, and you're like, oh shit, that was a person that smelled like that. And then you start to think, why do I eat hoagies if they smell like a person like that? And then of course my last thing is,
It's fucking Gopher that doesn't work half the time.
oh my way, come on, I'll help you. Somebody go about me.
As a Gopher fan, go for football.
It's
Best part is when he stops.
Yeah,
but watch when he stops.
Best part is when he cuts out and we get dead air.
But what that doll reminds me of, my father-in-law has Gopher tickets, season tickets, and at going to the fourth quarter at I don't even know what the stadium's called, Bennington stadium or whatever. We all do the gopher, and that's exactly what we all look like. It's hilarious.
Well, I guess that moves us on to the person I thought was my friend but never has my back, Tony.
Oh man, it's been a great time coming back. Now I get to go to work, so yay.
He came
I
out
missed-
here last week, and he missed us, but he didn't miss us at the same time.
Yeah, I missed two of you last week. The two names that rhyme together, but whatever. The other guy my glasses.
Well,
got-
Tony, I missed having somebody on the show that tries to take up the least amount of the frame as possible.
So, Tony, just out of curiosity, since you're being a dick lately, if I could settle this lawsuit by having me kick your ass in the wrestling ring, would you show up?
How's that going to settle anything?
Because he wants to fight you right now.
Because it'll settle my lawsuit, and if they're gonna let me kick your ass, I'm down.
Oh man, listen to you. I don't know. Two fat old guys going at it. I don't know if we can handle it. So
Tony, we could honestly make a tag team out of this. Me and you versus Justin and Andy.
I'm gonna kick Dustin off this podcast here.
Dustin, man.
and
Justin, if you turn on me,
I haven't turned shit. Just saying, I'm on the fence.
He's on the fence.
On the fence. Charlie changed my mind on what's going on here. You sided with the Russians, man.
did not side. I took just like he said, and sometimes you just have to take that opportunity to learn something. That's what I did.
Well, I just learned something too.
What?
You sided with the Russians.
Fucking God.
Tony, let's go to Hinkley Burger.
let's go get some.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a Madisonite.
Yeah, fuck you and your Minnesotan. Tony, you got anything left to say?
No, not really. Yeah, just good to be back. So,
No,
now
you're not happy to be back. You
I'm
want to
just-
go back to the warm weather.
I don't know. I mean, the island was nice. The weather was nice. All that great stuff. I just don't know about that island. I might have to try a different one. The traffic sucked. The food is expensive as hell. That's just.
Well, that's just Hawaii. That's not an island.
Well, I don't know. I think Waikiki. So because that was just too much rich people shit. And
So you went to Waikiki just so you could say it.
our tour guy even called it. The locals call it. Was it fake Kiki? Because it's just all. Yeah, so.
Fake Kiki. Well, you hear.
Hey,
I'm going to be
yeah.
all Mortimer Blankenship on you. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Tony is too spoiled to appreciate any amount of Hawaii that he manages to get to.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it was nice. We went to Pearl Harbor was nice. So we did go
Oh,
to
that's
that.
cool.
That was pretty cool to see, yeah.
Yeah,
I would
so
like to
was
see
a
that.
good time to actually go there, see all that stuff. Just the history part of it. You go through the buildings, talk about everything. You get to see some of the pieces that are still left there. We've seen one of their torpedoes from the Japanese plane that they dug up many years later, and it still had the what was it called? The thing inside that actually make it explode. But I don't know what the terminology is. But it was still an active bomb, so they had to defuse it and remove that piece, and so they still had all that there on display. And then we went out to the Arizona. So I'm just gonna say this: just if you ever go to Pearl Harbor, sorry, if you
Be
go
sure
to
to
Pearl
wear some flowers in your hair.
and you go out to the Arizona, don't be that fucking dumbass that takes fucking selfies and smile. You're at a fucking gravesite, and I don't know how many people I've seen sitting there just fucking taking selfies or families taking pictures with each other and all smiling. Like, don't be that person. Seriously.
That's a bit weird. Yeah, that's weird. You should push those people in the volcano.
Oh, I mean, that was just so much disrespect when I seen that. I mean, take pictures of the stuff. It's history, but
I
not
hear
like.
you on that. My wife's grandfather was actually at Pearl Harbor when it happened, and so I've always wanted to go there, and I think that would drive me insane.
Yeah, I don't think I would like. What's his name? Which one's one of the Paul brothers? It seems like something he would do. Be like, yo, what's up, blood? Yo, today we at this thing.
Right now.
Yeah, yo, what happened here, bro? What happened here, dog? Oh, for real? Like,
What's
it seems like
D-Day?
those people.
It's not Dick Day. It's D-Day.
But that's my 2 cents.
Hold on a second. Fucking, all right, that just reminds me real quick. Charlie Key did indeed start talking up the fucking Paul brother, whatever his name was, saying he was
I did.
worth. What, you did?
Well, I brought him up, but he talked him up.
No, he talked him up.
He
was
backed his ass.
right. I knew that was like the turning point right there. Because I'm like, no
brought him
fucking
up
way.
about Logan's spot, and he's like, "Oh, that was cool," and he thought he put him over.
Yeah, you got to appreciate how he works out. And then Andy made a good point of like all these Hollywood fucks. They're like, look at me. Yeah, you have a nanny. You have a shopper. You have somebody to slap food out of your hand. It's just, yeah. Ugh.
Right.
Well,
I don't know, Andy.
all right.
What do you got to say?
So I left this.
Before we go back to Andy.
Yeah, go ahead. Are you done, Tony?
No, good word. I was just saying good words, Tony. That makes a lot of sense. I never really thought about how people would
yeah,
be
we
there.
agree with that.
Good words, Tony, with that. I mean, awesome.
Are you fucking done, Tony? Is my question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I left this for the end on purpose.
Uh-oh. We're all in trouble.
Purpose.
By Menon on purpose.
We have. Well, we had a couple emails, but I'm only going to read one.
All right.
I left it to the end on purpose. We usually read them kind of at the top of the show. But I kind of figured this person deserved to fucking wait to hear their email.
Some might even say the last word, though. We're not going in that direction.
So here we go. What's up, fellas? Been a while since I emailed y'all.
It's the mouse, ain't it?
Been busy with real life things going on, but always listen to the podcast. So congrats to Tony or Peroni Tony on getting married. So about the Rumble, I enjoyed it. There were some things I wish could have been better, as in more surprise entries for the men's match. The women's title was okay. Pitch Black match was weird but kind of cool. Women's Rumble was great. Good number of surprise entries. And the last main event was boring, but the end was awesome. I didn't expect Jay to leave like that and had a feeling Sammy turning at the Rumble. Andy, this feud with Draven is awesome. It's all his fault. Again, Dustin, listen carefully.
Maybe it's not the mouse.
It's all his fault for poking you and provoking you first.
Poking you and provoking you.
So here you go, Tony. So Madison, Indiana, shut the fuck up. Y'all don't know what you're all talking about, saying Andy started it. Well, that's it for now, fellas. Have a great week, and can't wait to hear the podcast with your special guest. As always, nut up fuckers. However, that wasn't the end of it, because this person sent us a second email.
Oh, a second email.
No way.
Two emails.
I forgot to mention, we all knew Cody was going to win the men's Rumble match, and I'm glad Rhea got a win. But the one who surprised me most was Liv Morgan, entered number 2, and was the runner-up. Amazing job by Liv, which I agree with. And that, finally, and I'll say his name because he emailed, was from the mouse, Brad.
So is Brad the mouse queen now?
Yeah. Well, bye, Tony!
Bye, Tony. That must have pissed him off. He thought he was the mouse queen.
Bye, Tony.
He thought he was the mouse queen.
I think Tony's wife said he was on the podcast long enough tonight. Yeah, I agree that Liv gets her flowers here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
if anyone, it wasn't the top dog. So there's two people that get their flowers for not being the top dog this week.
She said he could come back.
And that was Liv and of course Gunther. And Liv did a phenomenal job in the Rumble, I thought, and I loved it. I loved every minute that she could stay, because I think there's a lot, like I said earlier on the top of the show, there's a lot she could bring. Thank you, Brad, for the email. There are other emails. I will get to your emails at some point. I was going to read a page from
we got time. Do it once.
From Draven's book, but I was going to ask our guest to pick a page, and
we'll save it.
Maybe he would have picked Upside Down Pineapple.
Yeah. So, thanks, Brad. And on that note, I'll give my final thoughts. Tony, I'm glad to have you back, bud. Congratulations, seriously. I hope you and Ashley have a great, wonderful, long marriage together. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed your birthday. I know me and you need to now plan a casino trip for that B-Day celebration. We'll get together and we'll do that. That's kind of been that has kind of been a little tradition between me and Tony. We try to go down for our birthdays to the casino. I'll get with you. We'll get together and do that. Missed you, bud. Wish I could have been there for your wedding. Honestly, I wish I could have been there. But I'm happy for you. Honestly, happy for you. Known you a long ass time, and I know you are really happy, and I'm happy for you. As much as we butt heads on this podcast, just know that in my heart, man, happy for you, love you, consider you one of my best friends. Other than that, I'm going to go kick Charlie Key in the nuts this weekend. So,
Tony, how does that feel? You actually got the soft side of Andy here. You got the soft side of Andy Shades.
You got the real one.
All it took was 5 shots.
He got the real one. I think I showed the real side of me for the first time on this podcast. It's probably the only time I ever will. And it's
Must be those new glasses.
I'm proud of my boy and happy for my boy. So, congrats, Tony. Love you, buddy. Anybody else got anything? Shit, I can't hear you guys. Hold on. I can't hear nothing. Nothing. I still can't hear you.
Thing I wanted to say about Andy.
Oh, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Say it now. Oh shit, not anymore.
Congratulations,
Shut up, Justin.
Tony.
Shut up.
Yeah. We weren't saying anything except congratulations, Tony. Why'd you pick Hawaii? So nobody could go. Fucking ingenious.
Yep.
But anybody else got anything? Tony, Justin.
No, sorry I froze. So
You're good.
You left. You left.
And congrats to your bride, Ashley.
Yeah.
I hope she lives a happy life with you as well. So, on that note, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, or when I kick somebody in the nuts. Nuts up!
What's up?
Nuts up.
mahalo.